So that was Wednesday.
Yep.
And that night was circus night.
Yep.
The outfits were amazing. And that was also opening night of the dungeon.
Yes, it was.
The play floor opens on Wednesday. The dungeon opened on Wednesday. So Phoenixx and I, working with the dungeon folks, actually all four of us went back over to the Nopsy for the official opening of the dungeon. That was really important for us. We had not done an orientation yet. The first orientation was that night, and it was standing room only. We brought in more chairs, then we brought in more chairs, and then there were still people needing to stand. So we were blown away with that reception of what even orientation would look like. So that left us hopeful for the evening. And then after that orientation, and our call him our head dungeon guy. Yep. Our HDG, his name is Scott. The dungeon manager was I'm not even gonna say effing. He was fucking phenomenal. Scott, we love you. And his amazing partner, she was just fabulous. Could not have done it without them. No. Part of our core team, obviously. But so Scott did the orientation, and that led right into the opening of the dungeon.
Can I expand on that a second?
Please do. I was going to say, you talk about this because...
Okay, so let me set the stage here.
Quickly.
This is Wednesday. This is day 1 of Naughty. This is day 5 for us already. And in case you didn't pick it up earlier, I am stressing the fuck out because nothing really is going according to plan. We're way behind. Things aren't what we want them to be.
Don't ever tell people that.
After the fact. After the fact.
Oh, okay.
I am stressing out. We get to Wednesday. Scott does orientation. The place fills up. We bring in more chairs. The place fills up again. We bring in more chairs. People are standing. Orientation ends. Now, the plan was orientation would end. We would take the chairs and push them back out into the seating areas. But now we have 3 more sets of chairs that have to be taken completely out of the dungeon because there's nowhere to put them when we put all the dungeon equipment back. So we've got to move all the chairs, move all the dungeon equipment back, and then the dungeon is open. I am not kidding. 5 minutes after Scott stopped talking, all the volunteers are still grabbing chairs and running furiously. There are people on the flogging benches, naked, flogging. 10 minutes after Scott stopped talking, the volunteers are still dragging the chairs out of the room. We're still sliding all the dungeon equipment in place, and there are people fucking in the sex swing.
Yes!
And that's the moment I knew everything was great.
Everything was going to be just
Everything was going to be just
Oh my God. It
was unbelievable. The response, the embrace, the enthusiasm that everybody ran into that dungeon with. Overwhelming.
It was awesome.
A lot of swinky people that night, huh?
There are lots of swinky.
Cheers to all of you.
Here, I'll cheers you. Yay. Let's everybody do it.
Everybody.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers to everyone who was in the dungeon on night 1.
Thank you for helping make our dream come true. Because our dream has always to make an amazing dungeon play space that we can all enjoy. And I think we got a good handle on that.
I think it worked out.
So yes, that was, we were so happy. And I mean, yes, not going to go into how much stress there was behind all that. Phoenixx already touched that very, very lightly.
But you guys worked so hard on it. And so we, Crimson and I were so, because we had minimal involvement in it. And so we were so happy to see you guys be that gratified and to see the success of all the hard work that you and your team put into it.
We did good.
So thank you, because it was amazing.
We did great. It was amazing.
It was amazing, and
this is a good time to point out so do you want to talk about this?
Oh no, you go right ahead.
Okay, so this was a very different Naughty in Orleans for Myrina and me, because in years past, obviously, before all of this, it was just the 2 of us. Then we met, these guys, and now we're a quad. It's been 6 years as a quad. During the prior several years that we've been to Naughty in Orleans, we've kind of split time, as couples. And so I would spend some time with Myrina. I would spend some time with Crimson.
We would have play dates. We would have
play dates with other couples. You Wayne and I would. Well. But we knew going into this that you guys were going to be so. First of all, you working for Naughty events, Myrina, and and then creating, building, and running the dungeon, I knew I was, and you came to me 6 months ago and said, this is going to be very different for
Maybe
us.
6 weeks ago, but yes.
Okay,
Something like that.
Couple months ago.
Yes.
This is going to be very different for us. We're not going to be the couple that we typically are at this event. And so we all talked about it, and we knew going into this that it was going to be a very different event. And so it was going to be Myrina and Phoenixx and Tristan and Crimson. Those were going to be the couples for Naughty Nolan's 2025.
Just the kind of way it worked out, in the sense of how we were going to be together when playtime showed up.
Exactly. No, we were.
I want to put it that way.
The rest
And we
of the
would see
time-
each other during the day.
No, we were all together
Yeah.
during the day all the time,
But
unless we were doing, but
But
it was,
but at
when
night,
it
you
came-
were going to be in the dungeon for the most part,
yep.
and we were going to be at the Astor in the
Right.
in the playrooms,
right.
for the most part,
Right.
And we in both couples, we kind of changed it up, but we knew it was going to be a very different experience for us all.
Right.
And we talked about it beforehand so that there weren't any hurt feelings and there wasn't any drama. And I'm happy to say that there wasn't. So
Yeah, it was.
It was
good.
amazing.
It
Yeah.
worked
went
out.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, we had no choice, but we didn't have time to stop.
we had
and think about
responsibility. We
it.
all had responsibilities.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that was
Professional
that,
responsibilities
right.
I
at
think
this
that
event.
that was really what happened, was that all of that kind of took its first. So it was very different for us. So absolutely, I think when we stop back and look at this in a couple of months from now, even because it's only been less than 48 hours that we've been home, is that it was organic the way that we had to split, in the sense that Phoenixx and I were at the dungeon. That was our jam. That was our thing. It was our baby. We had to be there, and to be able to say to you guys, no, you guys go do your thing. You don't have to do the dungeon thing. But for us to be able to separate and be okay with that, and then move forward and not feel conflicted or constricted by our dynamic,
Right.
I think was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it all worked out that we all four ended up together, it did not, which we were hoping it would. We really felt like we could even orchestrate a time where all four of us may end up in the same place or space together, because we like that when it does.
Right.
But it didn't happen. But the best thing about it was that we weren't sad about that. It was okay. We could move on, which let all of us experience some freedoms, which led us to having amazing events,
Yeah.
which we're going to talk about now.
Yeah.
But we wanted to explain that a little bit, because the way the dynamic was a little bit off.
Right.
I actually did have someone.
I just don't want to be confusing for
No,
listeners
and I had
viewers,
someone message
because
me on Instagram that said, "Oh, I'm so sorry you guys aren't together anymore." And I'm like, "Could you not look at any picture though?
Right.
Like, we're either all four together, or we sometimes have a couple pictures." But anyway, so the person was like, "Oh, I'm sorry you're not all together." No, we're all together.
Yeah,
we're still our couples. We're still together. We have our families, and we still are together. But we're changing, and the beauty of having this relationship is allowing our spouses to grow in spaces and places that we may not be able to. And so when we say we split those things up, it's on purpose, because we're allowing that to happen, and we support it with each other.
Right.
But it is a very talked about ad nauseum type thing.
Exactly. No, it's all 100% consensual. As we move forward and talking about the rest of our week, as we're talking about our experiences, and I'm looking at Crimson's and my experiences, and Phoenix's and Myrina's experience, it's all completely consensual. We knew it was coming, and we're all happy about it.
Yes,
So I just
we
want
were
that to
all
be-
yes. So you're right, because now we start to split a little bit, and
Right.
our stories will split
Right.
a little bit. But
Don't worry, it's all good.
We're all okay. We're all
all good.
excited for each
We're
other.
good.
We all
They're
had sexy.
good.
We all had some sexy playtime. Everywhere, everybody had some sexy playtime where they could have their sexy playtime.